We go to Sheboygan, Michigan, where Robert Cox, 38 years old, purchased approximately $10,000 worth of gold using counterfeit money. What he didn't know is the victim took precautions for just this situation.
Fortunately, the victim here was able to get a picture of the defendant's license plate, and the Mackinac City Police Department did an excellent job quickly locating the defendant.
Police issued a felony warrant for his arrest, and he turned himself in. His criminal record spans over 20 years, including 16 felonies. Now in custody, he sits in circuit court for sentencing before Judge Aaron Gatier.
He was off of parole for 6 months when he committed the Delta County felonies and then committed this felony while on bond in Delta County. He's unemployed with a high school diploma. I think here I would ask the court to follow the plea agreement that any incarceration order would be concurrent to the 24 months sentenced by Delta County. However, I think there's here reasons to exceed guidelines. There is a number of victim crimes when looking through his criminal history in the PSI. The frequency of criminal conduct that he's had from 2004 to current, and also that PRV stops at 4 low-severity felonies, and the defendant has 11 more. So we recommend top of the guidelines or exceed guidelines, but still would ask the sentence to run concurrent based on our plea agreement. Thank you.
All right. Well, Mr. Cox, you're only 38 years old. You've got 16 prior felonies, 3 prior misdemeanors. Honestly, you've got a quite shocking history of a 20-year career of thievery and stealing from anybody and everybody in any method that you can think of to do it. It's really remarkable. And in several different jurisdictions, several different victims, and in this case, you're stealing.
Robert Cox appears before the court after allegedly using counterfeit cash to purchase more than $110,000 worth of gold. Authorities quickly tracked him down after the victim documented his license plate, leading to his arrest. As sentencing begins, prosecutors reveal a criminal record stretching over 2 decades, including 16 felony convictions. They argue that the sentencing guidelines failed to capture the full scope of his repeated offenses, setting the stage for a hearing where the judge must decide whether Cox deserves far more than a standard punishment.
Somebody's coin collection by giving them fake money. It's a substantial loss that that victim has incurred. I'm setting restitution at $10,000, but I have absolutely no confidence that the victim will ever see a penny from you, except the measly amounts we're going to take out of your commissary account from prison. So restitution's at $10,000, crime victims assessment of $130, state cost of $68, court cost of $350. And when I consider you on the spectrum of people who I would sentence for possession of counterfeit notes, you're among the worst of those offenders, given a 20-year track record of crime. So I'm going to sentence you to the maximum that I'm allowed by law, which is 2/3 of that maximum. So I'm going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 56 months, nor more than 7 years. You are entitled to credit for 77 days previously served. I would do discretionary consecutive sentencing, but there's a plea agreement for concurrent sentencing, so I will follow that. It'll be concurrent sentence, but that's the sentence of the court. It does exceed the advisory guidelines, and I agree with every reason stated by the prosecutor and those that I have placed on the record for reasons to exceed the guidelines, and I believe that a 2/3 max is a proportionate sentence given your history. So that's the sentence of the court. If you wish to appeal, you can file an application for leave to appeal to the Michigan Court of Appeals. If you want a lawyer, I'd give you one, but you'd have to ask me within 6 months. We're going to see to it that you get a copy of those appeal rights. We're going to ask that you initial one and send it back to us so we have a record to give it to you, and the other ones for you to fill out if you wish to take an appeal. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, he was sentenced 8 days ago, so the PSI did.
The courtroom shifts as Judge Aaron Gatier delivers a powerful assessment of Robert Cox's criminal history. He describes a pattern of theft spanning 20 years, expressing little hope that the victim will ever recover the stolen money. Calling Cox one of the worst counterfeit offenders to appear before him, the judge explains why the advisory guidelines are insufficient before imposing the maximum sentence permitted under Michigan law. Every statement builds toward a punishment designed to reflect both the financial harm and the defendant's lengthy criminal record.
Not contemplate that, so it would actually be 8 days less than the 77.
Oh, so that'd be 69 days credit. Okay, he's not entitled to the time that he's been serving the Delta County, so minus 8 days, it would be 69 days credit, not 77. Mr. Gilbert, anything to say about that issue?
No, I agree with that.
All right, Mr. Cox, 56 months to 7 years, 69 days credit. File an appeal if you wish, and good luck to you.
The hearing concludes with a final correction to Robert Cox's jail credit after prosecutors note that part of his custody time applied to another sentence. The judge adjusts the credit, confirms the prison term remains unchanged, and advises Cox of his right to appeal. Although the modification slightly reduces his credit, the overall outcome stays the same. The courtroom closes on procedural note. But the judge's earlier remarks leave little doubt why this sentence was considered necessary after years of repeated criminal conduct.